With such a focus on Johnny Depp in the media, it's gotten a lot of people thinking that they actually share a lot of similarities with him. He's an eccentric and mysterious loner. He likes staying in and reading or writing as opposed to going out and meeting new people. And he likes to be creative in all sorts of different ways. A lot of people can really relate to most of that. But do you actually, truly share the same personality as Johnny Depp? Today, I'm going to answer that, which is why I'm talking about 7 unmistakable signs that you and Johnny Depp have the same personality. Be sure to watch until the end of today's video, where I reveal exactly what personality type both you and Johnny Depp are if you can recognize these traits within yourself. Let's get into it. Welcome to Success for Breakfast, where I'm serving up brain food made simple. Hit that subscribe button to get the latest videos created to give you the tools to level up your life. Starting things off for me today is that you're an introvert. If you have the same personality as Johnny Depp, then you are an introvert. Most people associate being an introvert with being shy and quiet. While both introverts and extroverts can be shy and quiet, they do so for very different reasons. Extroverts are shy because they are uncomfortable being around other people. Introverts are shy because they are easily overstimulated by their surroundings. Introverts typically prefer to remain silent and consider things thoroughly before speaking. This is because they don't want to say something that they may later regret. Extroverts, on the other hand, love to communicate as much as possible since it helps them think. Depp has even said that it's always been more comfortable for him to hide in a character he's playing. He has said, "If I can be accused of anything at all, it's that I'm not the most outgoing and boisterous of people." While it might seem like Johnny Depp is an extrovert because he has no trouble speaking in front of large crowds, he is actually an introvert. This is because Johnny Depp prefers to stay in, recharge his batteries, and contemplate his life and goals. He is also a private person and tries to keep most of his personal life out of the public eye. It's only when others, like Amber Heard, force his private life out into the open that others get a glimpse of his personal life. Next up, and number 6 today, is you explore ideas. People with this particular personality type tend to ponder a lot and come up with a lot of unique ideas. Johnny Depp has always been a creative thinker who experiments with new concepts constantly. You can obviously see this from the characters he's played and the way he approaches his roles. He also studied the arts as a child, including painting and photography, as well as music, which he still enjoys playing. Johnny Depp has continued to pursue his hobbies as an adult. He has, for example, written numerous books, starred in numerous films, and founded his own music company. Johnny Depp's artistic ambitions in other areas have never been a secret. However, in addition to being a musician, he has cultivated another passion, which he has recently returned to. Through a special series of portraits, Depp has transitioned into the realm of art. If you share Johnny Depp's personality type, then no matter how old you are inquisitive, interested in learning about anything, and enjoy discovering new things. This is because you are constantly thinking about and investigating new ideas. By the way, if you are unsure of what your true personality type is, or just want confirmation if you do know, take this absolutely free personality test by checking out the link in the description of this video. It's the most comprehensive, detailed, and complete test I've seen. Starting my top 5 today is you don't really care about fashion. If you have the same personality as Johnny Depp, you probably don't care much about fashion. This personality type is innovative and individualistic, and they tend to follow their own style rules. They are generally non-judgmental about fashion and believe that everyone should be free to dress however they wish. This personality type uses clothing as a means of self-expression, allowing their creative side to take the lead. It's quite obvious that Johnny Depp doesn't like to bother with what's fashionable either. Instead of wearing the latest designer clothes, he prefers to simply do his own thing. This is because Depp prefers to be himself when he's in public and doesn't care how other people perceive his clothing. While most people with this personality type are unconcerned about how others perceive their clothing, they are sensitive about their own cleanliness and desire to smell nice. This is due to their wish to be pleasant to be around. You may have observed that Johnny Depp frequently wears mismatched clothes and has a funky hairstyle. This is because he feels more comfortable that way, and likewise, you are not bothered with keeping up with the latest fashion either. Next up, and number 4, is you are highly intelligent and observant. Do you often find yourself picking out things that most people seem to overlook? Your attention to detail is noteworthy. People who have this personality type like Johnny Depp, tend to have a higher level of intelligence than the average person. This is because they are observant and have a mind that constantly discovers new things, and they always pick out details in the smallest objects or events. People with this personality type are generally versatile and can be seen functioning well in a variety of settings. The main challenge for them is their inner principles and the desire to find something that suits their passions and makes a real impact on the world. Like Depp, who is well known for his extensive charitable efforts and has often turned down roles because they don't speak to him. Those that share Depp's personality type are frequently smarter than their friends know, simply because they display their intelligence in a different way. They would rather concentrate on activities that inspire them. Depp has frequently stated that he selects what parts he takes on because he feels inspired, not just to further his career. If the project he is working on feels meaningless, he will not invest his mind or time in it any further. If you've gotten some value from this video so far, please show your appreciation by hitting that like button. That signals to YouTube that you think other people could benefit from this video too. Kicking off my top 3 today is you don't care what other people think of you. If you have the same personality as Johnny Depp, there's a good chance that you don't care what other people think of you. This is because people with this personality type are not concerned with impressing other people and worry more about expressing themselves. In fact, they often prefer not to draw attention to themselves at all. Instead, they like to stay in the background and observe others. Depp has said many times that what's actually really fulfilling for him is reaching a point when you don't care what other people think, because not caring is absolute freedom, being able to be open to trying anything. People with this personality don't require validation from anyone and are much more intimate and introspective. They will not deliberately attempt to get people's approval, and they rarely require it. Johnny Depp is quite obviously not someone who cares what other people think of him. Like Depp, if you have this personality, you wouldn't hesitate to do anything that might seem odd to others because it feels right to you. Can you relate to any of these traits that both you and Johnny Depp share? Before I reveal it, what personality type do you think I'm talking about? Leave a comment and tell me your thoughts. In the runner-up spot on my list today is you can only truly be yourself when you're alone. Do you find yourself feeling the most comfortable and truly being yourself when no one else is around you? This is because you prefer solitude, since being around other people always seems to drain you. Johnny Depp is known to spend time alone where he ponders his life and his aspirations. People who have this personality type are often described as loners, and they prefer to be alone with their thoughts and ideas. Those closest to Depp often talk about finding Johnny alone in the back of a restaurant, drinking a glass of wine and reading a book. Some even talk about finding him with his eyes closed and his head tilted back, just pondering things in his mind. This is because you and he are more concerned with yourself and your feelings than you are with impressing other people. People with this personality type may be quiet and not talk much in public, but they are often very expressive when they're alone. This is because they can think freely and don't feel self-conscious or worried about what other people think. Topping my list, and the number 1 sign you and Johnny Depp have the same personality, is you love having freedom for creative expression. I cannot stress more on this one. Freedom to be able to create and express yourself in an artistic way is what gives you passion, just like Depp. People with this personality type have a natural tendency towards creative expression and are well suited to artistic pursuits. Many people with this type who work in more traditional jobs prefer hobbies such as creative writing, art, and theater. They are most fortunate and happy when they can establish a career from their passions that is both personally and financially beneficial. Careers in the arts are ideal for those who allow these sensitive, artistic souls to completely express and explore their creative potential. Johnny Depp has always loved art and writing. This is evident from the fact that he has studied art and music since he was a child. He even created his own art school when he was a kid. Since he was a teenager, Johnny Depp has also loved playing music. Because he has been exploring his creative side for most of his life, both art and music have become big parts of his life. And now that he's famous and successful, Johnny Depp can explore his creativity more fully than ever before. Likewise, you are interested in anything that needs originality, and you enjoy putting yourself in situations that force you to exercise your intellect and come up with something original. If you haven't guessed by now, and if you can relate to these signs, then both you and Johnny Depp are INFPs. INFP stands for introversion, intuition, feeling, and perceiving, which are the 4 key personality traits in the Myers-Briggs Type Index. Each of the 4 letters of the INFP framework represents a key aspect of this personality type. INFPs are stimulated by alone time because they're introverted, focus on concepts and ideas rather than facts and data because of their intuition, base their decisions on feelings and values, and like to be spontaneous and flexible rather than planned and organized. If you are an INFP, then you typically feel like no one understands you, just like Johnny Depp has said quite often. This is a common story for an INFP personality type, and one that isn't your fault. People often don't take the time to try to understand things that they don't already. This video takes an extensive look at why you are so misunderstood as an INFP, and how being so complex is your greatest strength.